So then we have the TV section. This week in TV, we have news on two very popular nerdy franchises. One of them not so good, the other one very much up for interpretation. Also, we have to talk about this Evil Dead situation. Hello, nerds! This is the weekly TV news show. Not like the evening news with Tom Brokaw. No, nothing like that. This has more to do with TV shows, nerdy-oriented TV shows, as well as episodic content that you will find on streaming platforms. If this is your kind of thing, then you can check out the full episode that I like to call The Week in Nerddom that covers all spectrum of pop culture and just generally nerdy things over on the main channel. You can find it linked down in the description or at the end of this video. All of that being said, let's talk about TV shows and nerdy stuff like that. Follow-ups, corrections, TV. Let's do it. First up, we have Squid Game. We have the season 2 is going to be launching on December 26th on Netflix. We also got the announcement that season 3 is going to be the final season for Squid Game. There's going to be a 3-act arc, probably, because we get 3 seasons, so that would make sense. The other follow-up, we have two other follow-ups, rather. The next follow-up is Battlestar Galactica. The second reboot of this franchise is now officially dead. It is not happening, at least not in its current iteration. A couple years from now, somebody else might get the rights to it and then do a thing. If that happens, we'll talk about it, but as it stands right now, it is no longer happening. And then the other thing, the other follow-up this week is not necessarily news in the traditional sense. This is usually things that I don't cover on the channel, but because I have suggested this show to you a number of times in the past, now it is easier to get to. The show From, it is a horror series, a very mature rated horror series that is on it used to be, I can't even remember the streaming service anymore, but it's on a streaming service that not a lot of people have. Well, it has returned to Amazon Prime. Very likely this is a limited return to Amazon Prime, so if you have not watched it, highly recommend this show. It is very, very good. 3 seasons of it. I have only made my way through the first season and I think like the first 2 episodes of the second season, and absolutely recommend. It's not our suggestion for the week, but if you haven't watched it, go watch it. That is what we got for follow-ups and corrections. Let's talk about trailers. We did get the final trailer for Terminator 0 this week. It's gonna be worth a watch. It's anime, Terminator, 2 things I'm really into. Yeah, sure, let's do the thing. There's no reason. The trailer does a little bit to hype it up, but really, it's Terminator, an anime. What more do you need? August 29th is when it is going to be launching on Netflix as well. Then let's get into some regular ass news. It's going to be a quick TV section because that's just the way TV goes anymore, apparently. Regular ass news this week is, the first piece is Joe Bob. We did just get an announcement from Shudder that there is going to be a marathon for Joe Bob. So if you are into horror movie and you are a trivia nut, the best place to get the best information on the arguably the more entertaining side of horror, the cheaper side of horror, the independent horror movies, generally speaking, is what Joe Bob does, then Joe Bob is the best place to do it. They're doing this in celebration of 6 years on Shudder. The 6-movie marathon is going to be taking place on August 30th, starting at 9 p.m. It is running from dusk till dawn. It's going to be going 48 hours, I believe. No, that's not right. The 6 movies is probably going to be something. Yeah, no, it's something like 24 hours. I didn't put in the notes because I'm dumb and I take amazing notes. What more do you want from me? So yeah, Joe Bob, August 30th, a 6-movie marathon. That's pretty freaking awesome. Let's move on. And then Evil Dead is getting an animated series. We've talked previously about the fact that they are going to be expanding the Evil Dead franchise. This is one of the ways they're going to be expanding it. Animated series. Don't know where exactly it's going to be landing, unless I did put that in the notes and I just don't remember. Nope. Future of the franchise. The big thing here, though, is Bruce freaking Campbell is returning to the character of Ash Williams for this show, rather. So previously he had announced that he is retired playing Ash Williams. He's no longer going to be Ash. Ash is going to be somebody else, or they're just going to retire the character altogether, which is one of the reasons why it was given that he did not end up in Mortal Kombat 11. But apparently he misspoke, I think is how he's selling this one. What he meant, according to what he's saying now, is that he was done physically playing Ash Williams. He can do the voice until forever because the animation stuff never ages, and he doesn't have to physically do the thing of being an action star, which arguably is what Ash Williams is. Granted, it's a horror action star, but still, action star is part of that. So, I mean, he's getting on an age, so that's kind of why he didn't want to do it anymore. He just physically couldn't do the role anymore. But if it's just his voice, then sure, let's do the thing. I have mixed feelings about this. Like, super stoked that we're still going to be getting Bruce Campbell as Ash, but I mean, he did say he retired the character, whatever. So yeah, that's our big thing this time. And that's what we got for regular S News. Let's now talk about suggestions for TV streaming this week. Suggestion is a Hulu show. Technically, it is a Crave creation up there in the Great White North, Canada, but that is Shoresy Season 3. Like, really, I don't know why they take the time to make this show so technically good. Like, yes, it is a comedy show, and it is very well written. It is freaking hilarious, and if you have an appreciation for hockey, then you will probably like it even more than I do, which is a hell of a lot. But then also, if you're a cinema nerd, like, they go to great lengths to make this very visually well done as well. There's no need for it, but it is so awesome that they do that. Jared Kiso is in a weird place because Season 3 is a really weird milestone that you'll see once you finish Season 3, but yeah. It is a spin-off series from Letterkenny, which is easily one of the funniest live-action shows on television or streaming at all, and Shoresy, by extension, also one of the funniest shows live on TV, streaming, whatever. So yeah, that is absolutely a recommendation. If you haven't watched it, you absolutely must. That brings us to the end of the video, nerds. Thank you very much for joining me for the news. Once again, there is a full and probably much more up-to-date and recent episode of the news, the full-length version, if you will, called The Week in Nerddom over on the main channel, linked down in the description, and probably link popping up somewhere around my face right about now. So click on that, go check that out as well, or if you prefer your news in more truncated pieces, then by all means just stick around here and go check out some of the other stuff we offer on this channel. Thank you very much for joining me. We will see you in the next one. Before we go, always remember, nerds, that if it is generally nerdy, it's probably here.